Hey Capricorns, welcome to your general reading. This reading is a thank you as I've hit 50,000 subscribers. So this reading will be a bit longer. I ordered some new cards for you guys. That's these ones and these ones. They're oracle cards. So I'll be using those towards the end or when I feel like it, when the message takes me here. So we're going to start off with these, and as always I'll put the information about the decks of cards in the description box, okay? I'll put them in order that I've used them, okay guys? So yeah, this is a thank you, so it may be a bit longer because we're going to look at general energy, we're going to look at love, passion, get a message from your angels, things like that, okay guys? So let's see. Okay, Six of Cups, Capricorns, dealing with this soulmate lesson here. Okay, so let's see. Ten of Wands. Okay, so this soulmate lesson here has been burdensome up until now. Okay, it's been quite a burden. You've been asked to drop the burden, and you've been trying to learn here how to let it go without worry. You know, you've been asked to stop being the one that everybody comes to and you doing it for them. And, you know, sometimes it's hard because with soulmates, you know, they're our family, they're our friend, they're our loved ones. You know, they're our romantic partners here. King of Swords now. So yeah, that higher learning that you've been going through here. I feel like with this Ten of Wands though, I feel like it's been taking its toll. Even though, you know, you've learned so much here showing up as the King of Swords. You know, learning to master your thoughts, learning to manifest here, looking for clarity, and learning that you have to find it within yourself here. With the Ten of Swords, it's all been heavy going. It seemed one thing after another with this Ten of Swords. It could be multiple soulmates. That's why it's showing up as the Six of Cups here. So you could have had a romantic relationship that brought a lot of burden on you, and family, friends at the same time. Because the Six of Cups here, there's, you know, more than one person in the card. Even children and things like that, okay? They're all soulmates here. But it's, you know, you've had to be the one to take the action, carry the burden. And the divine has been trying to wake you up to, you're not supposed to carry all this burden. Justice, yeah. It's not fair that you carry all this burden. You are doing it from a loving place with the Six of Cups. But maybe these people aren't being loving back towards you, allowing you to do all the work. You know, sometimes it may seem like, you know, well, I have to do all the work. Maybe you have elderly parents to look after, and you maybe have to go shopping and things like that for them. You know, it may be like it's quite tiring to you with this Ten of Wands, and maybe if you had siblings or extra help, extra family members, they should pick up the burden as well. But it seems like, you know, they are putting all the burden on you. The same for, you know, children. If we have children, both parents are supposed to be helping out, and maybe that's not been the case here. You could have been going through a divorce with a soulmate, with the Justice card and the King of Swords. It speaks of maybe even going through court cases, you know, that have been quite heavy on you and, you know, wearing you away. It shows that, you know, you needed some advice from somebody with more knowledge on the subject than you. Maybe you had to see a doctor or a herbalist okay? You know, about, you know, your stresses, your aches and pains with the Ten of Wands here. It does show, you know, things starting to balance out. But I feel like you still have this burden at this time. Okay, with the Ten of Wands still showing up, I feel like it's still there. So it could still be worries about loved ones, children, friends, a romantic partner. You still seem to be carrying it with you. You know, you're doing your best, you're learning your lesson here, but you're still taking this burden with you here. Nine of Wands, yeah. Definitely feels like it's not over. You've come a long way though, and you should be proud of yourself. In this card, I'm always drawn to the peaks and the valleys there, you know, the ups and downs within life. So I do believe, you know, there have been some good times throughout this year as well, while you've been carrying this burden. Like, you know, sometimes when children are little and it's quite hard and it's stressful, but they make you laugh. So, you know, you have those up points and it feels like it's worth it. So it's saying be proud of yourself in this card. Don't shy away from, you know, patting yourself on the back here. You've done well to come this far. You know, it may feel like, well, things aren't moving forward. You know, you've already done all this journey here behind you. You deserve a rest as well. That's the Nine of Wands energy. You know, it's a rest period. It doesn't mean that something's over, you know, something's never going to come. It's a rest period because you do deserve a rest. You've been carrying all this burden on your own for so long. So you could have met blockages along this journey. You could have met people who felt like they knew better than you, but actually, rather than helping you, they hindered you even. Because it shows that you needed somebody with more knowledge than you on the situation, you know, for things to balance out and be more fair. But it seems like you're still carrying this burden with you. Judgment. Waiting on divine timing. It's in the heart of the reading, okay? The Judgment card here. This Judgment card here, it's like, look, wherever she goes, there's death and things going wrong. So you could feel like, you know, I get so far into my journey and then something goes wrong again here. Unexpected bills even can be, you know, once you're feeling like you're carrying all this weight, maybe things that you wouldn't necessarily have let drag you down before, maybe drag you down when you're carrying all the burden on your own. That's why we have the Nine of Wands, needing rest. If your soulmate has you blocked, then you do have to wait for them to gain this higher knowledge with the King of Swords there. You do have to wait till they get to a point where they're able to treat you fairly. Because it seems like at the moment your soulmate here would be saying no with the Ten of Wands. No, they don't want to share or half the burden here. King of Swords often comes up for me as a twin flame connection as well. So if it is that, that's why it's such a heavy burden and why it's been so long and why you have to wait for divine timing. And be grateful of these rest periods with the Nine of Wands. We know nines relate to the Hermit, so, you know, that time on your own, be grateful for it because, you know, it seems like when you're around other people, they're throwing their burdens on you to carry here. So it's like you're waiting for somebody to wake up with the Judgment card here. You're waiting for people around you or a soulmate to wake up that, look, it's not right that I'm carrying all this burden on my own here. Sometimes when we're waiting for people to wake up, the thing is, they're not going to wake up until we snap them into it and tell them, look, this is just not on, you know? So it's like you've been waiting for somebody to wake up and still feel like there's blockages and burdens in the way here. 8 of Wands now. A lot of wands and fiery energy here. It's like it keeps restarting, or something like keeps initiating here. Like you may try and initiate conversation with them. You may find at different times of year they talk to you, and you know, then other times they'll block you. It's because they're not awake yet. It's because they're not seeing yet. They see you carrying all the burden and think, I don't want to carry all that burden. I don't want to do that. They're still being quite selfish. Being selfish is not a negative thing. We all have to learn to be selfish. And I feel like you've just been given so much of yourself. It's now your turn to be selfish. And you may find that, you know, waiting for them to be fair to you isn't going to work out. Because it seems at the moment they're quite happy for you to carry the burden. So I feel like you'll have to communicate. You're going to have to step up here. So it's more balanced. So it's more fair. I'm going to need a lot more work from you here, rather than me just always having to pick up where you don't. So I see a conversation happening about what I just said, somebody treating you more fairly. They could use this King of Swords energy to cut you off, you know. They could just pick up and leave very quickly with the 8 of Wands after this conversation. 8 of Swords. Leaving you stuck. Leaving you like, how do I now sort out all these things? You know, things should have got easier for me when I spoke to this person, because if somebody spoke to you, right, you would say, yeah, I'll help you. So you'd expect that from another person. You'd expect, look, I spoke to them. They said whatever while they was there, but then they took off and still didn't change their ways here. So it leaves you stuck, wondering, thinking, well, what next? What next? What do I do now then? Now I've spoke to them, you know, now they know, because maybe you was giving them the benefit of doubt, saying, maybe they don't know what I'm going through with this 10 of Wands. So what now? Now I've spoke to them. And they just left me here stuck. I feel stuck. I can't move on. I can't move back. You know, I just have to keep going. And again, this 8 of Swords here, all these swords, like you're chained to something. So it could be maybe you have a child, maybe you have a job, and you still have to do all these, you know, things. Maybe this is your parents in your head and other friends in your head saying, you know, do this, do that, and help me here. And, you know, you're already burdened here. And people just don't seem to be stopping. But like I tell people, if you don't unburden yourself and be selfish, other people will just burn you out. And that's what I feel like, you know, it's all this fire energy here. It's going to burn you out eventually. This is the 9 of Wands. This is why this soulmate is blocked from you, because you need time for you to recuperate, to get to the point where, you know, you're healthy. 5 of Wands, yeah, this is blockages. So, these are minor blockages that you can easily get over, and it's also petty arguments. So, like I was saying from this 8 of Wands, you may have told them, look, help me out, and, you know, it turns into these sort of petty arguments. It's not people really wanting to have a go at you. It's they're just, what's the word? They're trying to get out of doing something, doing the work. So it's like having excuses, giving themselves excuses here. Well, I can't do it because I've got to do this, I've got to do that, I've got to do this. And you're like, well, yeah, I've got to do all those same things as well. And this could be inner conflict for you if it's a romantic soulmate here. I feel they probably rejected speaking to you with the Ten of Wands, telling you no. They felt it's fair just to cut you off completely. They felt that was fair, rather than go backwards and forwards, go backwards and forwards. They felt like, look, what's the point staying around? We're just arguing here. So maybe even when you tried to communicate with them with the Eight of Wands, they blocked you. And now you're left like waiting on divine timing for somebody to unblock you, communicate with you, and you get into this stage where you're backing your thoughts here. You may have felt stuck in this situation for a very long time, but it's like it's coming back to your mind again very heavily, like, should I wait for them? Should I not wait for them? I'm tired of this now. Like, it's just on, and they're not showing me any signs other than they up and left and cut me off here. I've been on this journey. I've been learning these lessons. I've been planting good things to harvest. And I'm still alone here. The Nine of Wands. It looks like a terrible card, but it's a good card. It's like protection, okay? Like, you need a time to be on your own. It's like sometimes a little baby don't want to sleep, do they? And we know it's best for them that they'll have a rest through the night. They may want to stay up all night running around and playing in the garden. But we have to step in and be like, look, you need to rest. Everybody needs to rest. We know that's healthy for you. So that's what the Nine of Wands, I'm seeing that the Nine of Wands like. You have to rest. It's what's good for you. And sometimes we don't know what's good for us. So that's when the divine steps in and protects us with this time on our own. A lot of people see it as a negative. I even have and do, and I will be like, look, I want to get going. I want to stay busy and things like that. And then maybe you'll get a cold and you'll be like, oh, I can't go to work. It's needing a rest. If you're not listening or watching for the red flags, then this is why the divine will step in with a Tower moment. So you have some inner conflict at the moment about, you know, do I stay in this soulmate connection? Are they going to return? The Six of Cups, to be honest, says that they will return. Five of Pentacles, yeah. You're still feeling left out in the cold. You're still feeling like whenever you think about this, you know, these fives are negative energy. So when you think about this, you just feel like abandoned here. You feel blockages. You feel conflict. So you're getting this Eight of Swords energy and you're stuck in your head here. Like, okay, I'm trying, so why ain't it working? Okay, I'm raising my vibrations. Why isn't it working? Do I leave? Is it time to move on? It just seems like you're in your head here at the moment. So as we was talking about love, let's look at the Romance Angel cards here. see what they have to add. We'll do it on the Six of Cups card there, okay, to see about this soulmate. So we're looking at the Six of Cups, the soulmate here, because it seems they blocked you and you're still confused about it. You're still feeling, when you think about it, it makes you feel out in the cold, confused here. Okay, so first card to come out was engagement. Your love life is ascending here. So if you are single, it shows you getting into a relationship with this soulmate. If you're in a relationship with this soulmate, boyfriend, girlfriend, it shows engagement. Okay? If you are engaged to this person, it shows you will go on and get married to them, okay? So the next card was flirt, extend your light-hearted energy to others. So this person needs to lighten the load for you, okay? They need to be helping you out, taking their share of the blame or something here. But it says when communicating with them, it'll best serve you to be light-hearted, okay, guys? So the minute you may want to unburden, as you know, people do, we feel like if we have romantic partners, they should, you know, maybe listen to us. It's not the time to do that with that person. You have to keep it very light-hearted with them. You may even be telling them, look, you got to help me with the kids. You may be saying to your siblings, I'm not the only child to look after, you know, mum and dad. You've got to help share the burden. Again, you've got to be very light-hearted with them. Okay? Heart-to-heart conversations. So yeah, we've spoke on this, that you're going to have a conversation with this soulmate. It has to be very light, because it seems like it's these scales here, like it's just like balancing by a feather here. Like they could very easy be like, you know, tip the scale in the wrong direction with what you say, and they just use it as an excuse to not share the burden. They'd be like, well, you're just arguing with me, you know, and you're not. You're trying to tell them, look, it's not fair on me, all this going on. So it seems like they need very gentle communication. Speak from your heart. So let's look at the sexual magic deck. Let's see how your sex life has been. Or any messages that come out with these cards. Looking at the other cards, it seems very unfair that you've had, there's no sort of romance there, there's no sort of like cups there. So let's see here. Five of Pentacles, yeah. Seems to be lacking in that department. You seem to be missing it though, like affection. Even just like cuddling or touching somebody or kissing somebody. You seem to be missing it with the Five of Pentacles. You're feeling the lack of it. Maybe even memories here. Eight of Pentacles, Eight of Wands, Five of Wands. Yeah, very difficult energy. May seem like other people seem to be working it out at this time. With the Five of Wands there, you may feel like, look, I see other people and they seem to be getting back together or finding romance here. I've been trying to work on myself and trying to usher this positive energy in, and where is it for me? Because look, the romance is still lacking here in the Eight of Pentacles. I feel like maybe you're getting offers from people that you're not actually interested in, and this is why you feel you're not getting any attention. So with that Five of Wands, yeah, this is where I feel lots of lack, could even be frustration in that department, because, you know, you're going without here. Could be a choice going without with this Eight of Pentacles. Doesn't stop you being frustrated and feeling the lack and longing. But it's coming. This is like a flirt card as well, okay? And we already had the flirt card out. So it's that light-hearted, fun energy. Somebody giving to you and looking after you, you know, is what you're desiring here. So, not a lot in that department. Let's get some messages from your angels. It's not a bad thing when it's, you know, you chose not to, when you chose to be celibate. It's not a bad thing, but you can be feeling the lack at the moment with the Five of Pentacles. We had Five of Pentacles, Five of Wands already as well. And the flirt card, so often happens. People will say, use more cards, but the same cards end up coming out. So let's get some messages from your angels here before we move on to the oracle decks. Rosetta, you have a gift for working with young people, and your divine purpose involves helping, teaching, or parenting children. So we've already seen the children card here as well. A lot of people will ask me, you know, what's my purpose in life? You know, sometimes your purpose is to be a mother, an aunt, a father, a brother, a foster parent, maybe even working with children, a teacher, a social worker. You know, those sort of things are very important in this world. Can you imagine if we didn't have all these people working with children? You know, some people lose their parents very early in life. Some people never meet their parents. So you're very special to be a parent, to be a carer, to be a teacher. When children are drawn to you, you are very, very special. And it's very important life path. People often play down or don't think that this is my life path to be a mother at this time. Okay? Or a father, or a brother, or a sister. It's very important to be those things at whatever stage you are at your life and your path here. Bridget, caution is warranted. Look deeper into this situation before proceeding. I told you, you have to keep things very light-hearted. You'll just end up, they'll end up running away with an excuse otherwise. And then caution is warranted when you're taking on all the burden. Like I said, I feel like you'll burn yourself out. If you keep going, if you proceed further, you'll end up burning yourself out for others. It's like it's not even for yourself at the moment. It'll be for other people. Layla. Spend time alone in nature, meditating about your desires and intentions. Ask the angels to help you gain a positive perspective, okay? So that's that 9 of Wands there. Time alone is very good. You know, you need it to be able to clear out your thoughts with meditation, or even just clear your mind and have 5 minutes to exhale. It's very important. So sometimes, you know, we can feel like when we're frustrated or feeling lonely, feeling the lack, we can be like, well, I don't want to be alone. Like I said, those toddlers, they don't want to go to bed either, but sometimes it's what's good for them, isn't it? So let's get the first of the oracle cards. I hate shuffling like this, but my hands are so small. It's hard for me to grab the deck of cards. So let's see. And if you are feeling lonely, I have a self-help section about having no friends, about, you know, while manifesting your desires, how to get what you want, how to use the law of attraction, even how to get an ex back. So we have creative power, Ra. So this is like using the sun's energy to heal you in this time alone. And you can also, like I say, be very soft with your conversations at the moment, because you can create some beautiful healing and togetherness and unity, or sort of heading down the path to arguments where they get to run away and hide again. Okay, so right now you're going to have a lot of creative power, like the sun's energy backing you. Okay, I feel like you could do a job that's very creative and very positive for the world if you wasn't run down by other things. So maybe you're trying to get your business up. Maybe your business is about healing and things like that, with creative power. Okay, it's also about giving birth to children and being able to create life. Okay, that's a huge power, huge responsibility. You know, not everybody can do it. So I feel you are very creative and very important for this world. Okay, so I feel right now, if you was able to put your full energy into creating, it'll do very well for you, okay? But I feel like this is something you'll be doing on your own. So you may be starting your own business, things like that, okay? And we have Cobra, divine awakening. So this soulmate here definitely awoke this creative power within you, this sun's power, this divine awakening with you here. But it shows a divine healing as well. I'm more drawn here, okay? So yes, you awoke here. Maybe it was a bit of a sting with a cobra there. But look what can come from it, this creative spark. So you've awoken to all this knowledge of the universe here. is within you. And I feel after this divine awakening comes this divine healing, but also this divine creativity. It sent you on this path where you thought you'd never be. Like, finally, I'm getting to do my own business. I didn't think amongst all the things that went wrong, I would see things going right here. And let's get an oracle card from the universe has your back here. So let's see. The key to prayer is to forget what I think I need. Forget what you think you need. The divine knows best. When the divine removes someone from your life, it's because it's for the best. It's to redirect you to a better path. Divine awakening and that creative power. So if you're praying, meditating, whatever it is for you, the key is to forget what you think you need or want here, okay? Sometimes what we think we need or want is for the best for us, and it really isn't. I create mindful moments throughout the day, reminding myself that I am love and miracles and are natural. Don't seek love outside of yourself here. Don't seek miracles outside of yourself. You are love. You are a miracle. Okay? Just think of how amazing the human body is. Like many of you will know, I have a huge scar on my chest, and the doctor will say, you're a woman, do you want this scar removing? And, and I'm like, when I seen it healing, it was amazing. It was like a miracle. The human body is a miracle. You are a miracle. You are love. And all that love you want from somebody else is within you. Because you generate that feeling within you, from within you. You give them so much more love than they can give you. You're still sending somebody love who's not sending it back. So are you trying to tell me that you lack love? You are love. Forget what you think you need.